Now you can look in the news, you can look in history books, you can look around, and you can see who the devil is, man.
Right.
You see who the Ku Klux Klan is, the Aryan Nation, the Proud Boys. You know who the devil is, you understand? It's clear as you see your president, who is a convicted felon and still in charge of the Proud Boys, still has not caught a RICO Act when he is in charge of an all-going organized criminal organization. You understand? We know who the devil is, but what we have to point out, as black men out here on these streets, we have to point out who the watchdogs for the white man is.
Right.
Who the white man's German Shepherd is.
Right.
Who the white man's pit bull is.
Right.
Who's the white man's guard. You understand? And who's the white man's guard? The goddamn filthy, disgusting Christian church. You understand? That Christian pastor is the German Shepherd you see in the Civil Rights Act. He's the hose of water that smacked your grandmother across the street. You understand? That's who the Christian pastor is. And I know right now we got some upset people. I know we got some upset people at the unaliving of Jesse Jackson. You understand? And we're not here celebrating his death, but at the same time, we're not mourning his death. Why? Because we are a part of the collateral damage he left behind.
Right.
We are part of the dead bodies of the lost souls, of the drug addicts, of the homeless that he turned his back on for money.
Right.
We are a part of that. You understand? Jesse Jackson, as they call him, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, he is responsible for close to 45,000 black babies being aborted a month.
Right.
A month. And how's he a part of it? Because he said, guess what? I'm going to switch my position and go to pro-choice. I'm going to allow black women to be proud of aborting black babies. 45,000 black babies unalived a month. You understand that? A month. Can you understand that? Jesse Jackson was a part of that. Jesse Jackson was for that. He stood for that. And you cannot deny that. If Jesse Jackson was for black babies being aborted, black babies not taking a breath, not allowed to take their first steps, not allowed to say mama or dada, if he was a part of 45,000 black babies being aborted a month, you can already know he don't give a damn if a black man's breathing. He might be mad at the fact that a black man's breathing because he's okay for a black baby being murdered. He's okay with a black baby being pulled out of his mother before he can even take his first step, his first breath. And as a reverend, he switched his position. He turned his back on God. He turned his back on what God stood for. Do you really think he won't turn his back on a black man?
Right.
And I should sit here and cry because Jesse Jackson passed away? I'm not celebrating. He was a black man, but he was the watchdog for the white man.
Right.
He was the white man's German Shepherd. He was the white man's pit bull. You understand? And Martin Luther King, too.
That's right.
He said, I want to keep the dream going. And guess what? He kept Martin Luther King's dream going. How do I know? All I can see is my brothers and sisters strung out on K2. All I can see is my brothers and sisters strung out on heroin. All I can see is cocaine and all fentanyl. He kept the dream going. He kept it going, and guess what? When he died, he was worth over $4 million. $4 million off the blood and sweat of a black man. You understand? Off the blood and sweat of a black man, and we don't got $4. You can't even get a pack of noodles at the goddamn store. And Jesse Jackson, how many times we seen him walking up and down Harlem? How many times we seen him on his friend Martin Luther King Boulevard? How many times have you seen him? Huh? How many times? Jesse Jackson turned his back on the black man years ago. And I should cry? I should cry when my brother's sitting in Clinton Correctional Facility? Should I cry because my mother got AIDS from shooting some Sharon needles? Should I cry because my father's dead? Should I cry for him when he turned his back on me a long time ago? Should I cry for him when he was for my sister getting an abortion? Should I cry for him? Give me Jeremiah 23 and start at verse 1. We're going to say what God, forget what I'm talking about. We'll see what God has to say about Jesse Jackson. We'll just see what God got to say about it. Because I know what the Rainbow Coalition all it is, and marching and singing and being nice and tender and moist and delicate. I know it touched your heart that Jesse Jackson passed away. But does it touch your heart that he wanted 45,000 black babies aborted every single month? Can you imagine? Give Jesse Jackson a hand for that. You understand? Bring that up about Jesse Jackson, that he was a murderer, that he was an accomplice. You understand? Just like the white man, his daddy.
Right.
You understand? Just like his daddy. He was a good dog. You understand? And we should cry for Jesse Jackson. Let's see what God says about Jesse Jackson.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1.
Listen to God.
Woe be unto the pastor.
That means death and destruction. Say it again.
Woe be unto the pastor that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
God said death and destruction to the pastors that separate my sheep.
Right.
To sit there and lie and say pro-choice to suck a baby out of a woman's vagina. It don't matter. You understand? Jesse Jackson had the nerve to tell the story that he's alive because he came from a single mother and she decided not to get an abortion. Now, how selfish does that sound? How you know them babies that you approved of getting sucked out of that vagina, how you know that wasn't the next Jesse Jackson or a better Jesse Jackson?
Right.
How do I know a black man can't be the next ruler, can't be the next child of God to rule the streets? How does he know that? He said, to hell with that, you ain't going to be like me. You know what? Kill them before they're born.
Right.
Kill them before they breathe. Now, what do you think he cares? You think him about a black man walking and talking? A black man that's depressed, that's down on his luck, that's trying his best to make it? Huh? That's trying out in these streets? He got to go through hell in the house. Go through hell to come out the house. Go through hell while he's out the house. And then go back to it again. And meanwhile, Jesse Jackson is sitting somewhere on millions of dollars off of a black man's pain. And we should clap for him. And we should, I'm not saying celebrate his death, but goddamn, we want to acknowledge it for real.
Right.
The real acknowledgement. Not because we start being soft, delicate black men. We're not going to do that. We're going to celebrate the real. We're going to read his receipts. And Jesse Jackson stood for the death of black men. He stood for the death of black sisters. He stood for the death. How do I know?